right, boys and girls, we are live, of course, kicking off a brand new season. It is, of course, Blackburn Rovers in the Championship taking on QPR, of course. Wherever you are in the world, make sure you smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, hit the little bell. Of course, we are here, and of course, we've got a show for you today. Pre-game show, the first of many, hopefully. And a lot has been going on here, of course, behind the scenes. As you can see, fantastic new graphics. Big shout out to Polar GPX. Of course, he is the man behind this. And what a fantastic job he's done here. And of course, in record-breaking time as well. Yeah, so appreciate him, and hopefully we'll get more from him over the course of the season. Of course, fantastic stuff. Look at this. It's like a fresh liquor plate. We are going to take a look at the team news when, of course, that breaks in about 10 minutes time. But we've got feet on the ground, guys. We've got feet on the ground. Jacob Ward is feet on the ground. He is at Ewa Park, or heading to Ewa Park. Hopefully he can hear me now. Jacob, are you live? Are you on the Zoom? He might be there. I don't. He is there. I can just hear him now. Jacob, how you doing? He's there. Trust me. He is there. He is there.
What was that? Sorry,
you're there, just around the corner from Ewa Park, getting ready. First game.
Sorry, I can hear you
first game of the season. John Dahl Thomason taking over the reins from Tony Mowbray. It's a fresh new start for all of us. Fresh new start for you. Of course, you're going today. Going to be at Ewa Park. What are your hopes, of course, for today before the team news is announced?
Well, I'm just hoping for a new style of football, Dirk. Hopefully, you know, like we've seen in pre-season, some high-pressing, intense football. I feel like that's the way forward for modern football, and I feel like last season the best we saw of this team was when we were on the front foot pressing that first half of the season. We were great at that, and then we kind of just lost the way, unfortunately, in that second half of the season under Mowbray, didn't we?
Yeah, it did go a little stale, as I think. It's been a bit of Groundhog Day, Groundhog season. It always seemed to go off the boil with Mowbray at the back end of the campaign, and it was pretty much the same shit, different season. Flattered to deceive, and but again, new era, 5 years of Mowbray now gone. Start for something new. What are your thoughts on today if it doesn't go exactly right for us today? If we come away with a defeat, you know, we shouldn't really get too knickers in a twist too soon, correct?
No, I mean, I know you predicted the other day I'd be the first to want JDT out of all the mafiosos, but no, obviously if today doesn't go right, I mean, you know, we can't jump on him straight away. I know there probably will be a couple on the forums and on the Facebook pages that will, but Rovers fans will be Rovers fans, I guess. But no, we've obviously got to give him some time. This is a very young squad. It's the youngest average age in the division this season. You know, he's obviously only had a limited amount of time to work with them, but I'm confident today. You know, the Rovers put a tweet out last night. They haven't beat us at home, QPR, in 5 years or something like that, and I know there was a lot of people saying why we jinxed that and the other. No, I'm confident for today. I can't see us losing personally. I think it should be a good game.
Two new managers as well. Of course, John Dahl Thompson new for Rovers, Michael Beale new for QPR. Who are you most concerned about for QPR? Of course, when their team news is announced.
Who am I most concerned about? Oh, I mean, you know, they've got some good players, QPR. They've obviously got Rob Dickey at the back. I think he's a very good player. I think last season he impressed me at times, for sure. I feel like Gallagher may have a bit of a problem there. Obviously, they've got the likes of Ilias Chair up front and Willock, two quality wingers at this level. Both players who could potentially be playing in the Prem in a season or two, for sure. So I'd definitely be for them two if they were to be playing. You know, maybe our fullbacks will probably have their work cut out. I saw Pickering at Celtic away, and it weren't great viewing at times watching Pickering having his pants pulled down over and over again by their winger, was it?
No. Before the team news is announced, is there any name that you do not want to see anywhere near that team sheet today? Anyone that will give you the heebie-jeebies if they're starting today? So it's a player that you don't want.
For Rovers? Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't think there's any players really like that anymore, to be honest, at Blackburn. I feel like we've kind of shifted on all that deadwood. I'm quite excited about all the players we have now, and that includes the youngsters we've got. I mean, if there was one player I'd say I wouldn't want there in over someone would be Ayala. I think Hayden Carter deserves his chance. The Pompey fans, from as we've seen, they wanted him back so badly. Apparently, he's had a cracking loan spell there. And personally, I think he deserves his chance. I think we can't keep trusting Ayala, who's only going to be fit for a third of a season. I could understand, obviously, if he gives him the nod and experienced head at the back, but I think Carter deserves his chance.
And of course, before last night really, there seemed to be growing news of a potential new arrival. I don't know if I'm sure you caught a glimpse of it. The Peterborough creative midfielder Sami Subasic. What are your thoughts on that potential move?
It seems like a decent little move. It seems like maybe a bit of a Bradley Dack-esque player, doesn't he? He's put up good numbers in that League One season when they got promoted. I know last season, obviously Peterborough were down there, but he still got decent numbers. Apparently, a lot of those numbers did come towards the end of the season. One of my mates speculated maybe that was the change of manager with Ferguson leaving and McCann coming in. Maybe he started to improve under McCann. I feel like Dak definitely needs backup this season. Obviously he probably is going to get injured at some point during the season. He's obviously, JDT's confirmed he won't be starting today. If he is starting at some point in the future, realistically, we're only going to be getting 60, 70 minutes out of him, aren't we? So I feel like it'd be a decent move. It's just, I share the same concerns as you. 2.5 million. It's quite a bit of money to be chucking about for a League One player, and he's not the youngest either. Was he 26, 27?
27 later, around about September time, he would probably, I think, either become the oldest outfield player on our books or second behind Dak. I'm not too sure on his age or when his birthday is. Of course, so we're about 2 minutes out from the team news. What is your prediction for the day? The score prediction for today, and hopefully it's a positive one.
Well, I've predicted last night. You put a little tweet out, and I saw people thinking we'd win, so I thought I'd be maybe a bit conservative, say a 2-2 draw. If we were to be offered a 2-2 draw right now, I'd probably take it, to be honest. The QPR is still a decent team, I think. They're coming here, obviously. They'll be in decent numbers, I would have thought, with a new manager at the helm. Obviously, his first game of the season, they'll be up for it as well. Just can't lose today, can we? But no, I wouldn't be shocked by any means if we went and won today. But I've been conservative, I'll say, not negative, and I've gone for a 2-2 draw.
Okay, and you join where your sister today. Happy birthday, sister! I can't remember her name. You told me like a minute ago. I completely forget. But hopefully she brings a little bit of birthday joy. What's the name? Sorry.
It's Elise.
Happy birthday, Elise. Hopefully you can bring some birthday joy to Ewood Park. Our first time back since 2019, and a chance maybe to win her over under this new Danish revolution with John Dahl Thomason. We're still we're about less than 60 seconds from the Tina, so hang on in there, and I'll give it to you right here, right now. And I want to get your thoughts about it. Well, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be pairs between the sticks. How about that? That'll give you some heebie-jeebies.
To be fair, that is a player who, from the question we've said, anyone who give me the frights if they were in the team, he's one of them, to be fair. Yeah. So hopefully nothing, no food poisoning or nothing crazy went on overnight around Ewood, and we do have our Belgian #1. So I'm going to hopefully refresh the Twitter here, and we'll get the team news in less than a minute's time. Got some other score predictions in the chat. We got 2-1 win and for QPR from Jonathan Daniel. Don't know what he's thinking. You're in the wrong place, brother. You're in the wrong place. And again, if you are new, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. This is, of course, the pre-game show. The watch along will be a separate stream, but we've got 9 o'clock on my end, which is, of course, 2 o'clock your end. The team news should be in, and I'm about to refresh it.
Hopefully. Okay, of course, and a new captain as well. So Kaminski between the sticks. Here it is. Kaminski between the sticks. What a bit of news that you're not going to like. Britain, of course, is at right back. Ayala starts alongside Wharton and Pickering. Looks like a back four for Blackburn Rovers. Travis, Buckley in those midfield slots, which I think a lot of us expected. We have Hedges, we have Diaz, we have Gallagher, and we have Jack Vale starting today. What do you think about that?
Wow. Right. Well, I mean, Jack Vale starting. He's he's impressed during pre-season. He's probably been the most impressive player out the lot this pre-season, I'd say. So I'm happy he's got his chance. I'm hoping he can make the step up because, as we've seen in the past with Nuttall, Butterworth, he haven't really been able to make that step up to the big boy leagues. So hopefully it can go well for him today. I mean, it seems like a decent little partnership between him and Gallagher, doesn't it? He can hold up the ball very well, Danny Graham-esque. Ayala, I'm not surprised he's gone with Ayala, to be fair. I mean, obviously, like I said, a bit of an experienced head in there. But we'll have to see. I hope Carter gets his chance at some point. I think some fans will be shocked we haven't gone with a back five. I mean, is he going with a front four, or is he going to maybe put one of those players as a number 10? What do you think, Dirk?
I think one of those will be a number 10. I think Gallagher will lead the line on solo, Vale behind him, and Diaz on the left, Hedges on the right. That's what I'm thinking up top, and yeah, just the two boss men in midfield. Of course, the crunching tackles of Travis, new captain. Was there any question in that, any doubt that someone else was going to be captain?
I mean, like we speculated on one of our podcasts about a month ago, we were toying with the idea of probably Dak's not going to be fit and be able to start every game. It is probably best that Travis have the captaincy. He wears his heart on his sleeve, to be fair. He always gets stuck in, he's mouthy with the refs. And to be honest, he probably is the ideal captain in terms of a rugged side like Blackburn Rovers. I have my concerns a couple of times last season whenever he did have the captain's armband. I do think he let it get to his head a little bit. I think maybe with our role players at times. And goes back to Blackpool away with a confrontation high on the pitch. But that's just the type of character he is. Like I said, he wears his heart on his sleeve, and I'd rather him care than not care at the end of the day.
All right. Well, that's it from Jacob. I do appreciate you giving me some of your thoughts and opinion. Adi Wapaki, of course, he's going to the game. We should have eyes on the ground as well. Denver is en route from Wales to the vlog, but I appreciate it, Jacob. Have a good day with the family and a good day out. Again, birthday greetings to your sister. And hopefully I'll catch up. Well, I will catch up with you later on. But yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it today, New Era. Any closing comments before you bow out?
I was just going to say I'm very happy that Hedges has got in the team. I made that in my prediction. I was a bit bold. I don't think many people had Hedges in their starting 11 today, but I've been very impressed with him pre-season. He's won the captain's armband in a couple of those games. And towards the end of last season as well, I think he showed why we went and signed him. So I'm happy he's on the pitch. I think he's ready, whereas Ty and Mokonde seem a bit more raw talent. So I'm very happy with Hedges and hope he can get a goal today because he's yet to register one for us yet, is it? Yeah,
he is due a goal, and great opportunity for him. Yeah, it looks like a couple of those guys stood out over the pre-season, and there are a couple of surprises. Well, not surprised on the bench, but Adam Wharton on the bench, Makonde as well, Barnes is included, and Dak as well. But anyway, Jacob, I appreciate it. Go enjoy meeting up with your family and all that, and I'll speak with you later on. And thanks for jumping on the Zoom. I'll let you go here, Jacob. I'm chucking you out.
No worries. Thank you very much for having me.
No sweat. It was good. Good chat. All right, folks. There it is. The team news. There is See you later. There is the team news on the screen there. Of course, I should really get the QPR team news up here. But right now, let me know your thoughts and opinions about that. I need to get to the chat. How is everybody feeling? It is a brand new era for Blackburn Rovers. Brand new start. Of course, and don't forget, remember, this is the pre-game watch-along, so the pre-game stream. We'll have another one. I've got to go away and update the ticker and all that kind of stuff. But that is the team news. Of course, the standouts for me, or not the standouts, but the surprises. And I'm glad there are surprises, because we don't really want it to be boring, like Mowbray, every week, same shit, different day. But the surprises here, of course, are Vale starting. And Hedges, of course. Perhaps Carter. Carter is nowhere near the starting 11 or even the bench here. So that is a little bit of a concern. Maybe he picked up a bit of a bug. I don't know. But that is your starting 11. I'm trying to get the QPR one here. So bear with me a second here while I log on to that. Kaminsky, of course, starts, no question. Britain, of course, the only signing that we've made. Skimmer Dabidic is, of course, linked to join us very, very soon, possibly Monday. Maybe even time for QPR next week. Speaking of QPR, we'll have Swansea next week. Speaking of Swansea, we'll have coverage, of course, of that game and build up from early doors Monday, Tuesday again. Alexander Haben will be there with his away fan chat. Hopefully Lewis will do another combined 11. Of course, extensive coverage right here at Blackburn Rovers season. And once again, big shout out to Polar GPX. I'm butchering your name, buddy, for your graphics. Of course, he's the newest member of the team. Speaking of the team, we've got Philly Rovers, of course, joined us as well over the summer. Monster pickup for me. Of course, my situation is a little bit hinky with my new job. That's the team music for Rovers. I'm going to jump in and bring on the QPR one right here. And there it is in all its glory. Deng, of course, monster goalkeeper at the back there. Great, one of the best in the Championship, I believe. Kakay at right back. Dickey, Clark, Salter, Pal makes up the left back. Johansson and Field in midfield. Dazelle, a player we were linked under the Mowbray era. Shiripo, Chair, and Lyndon Dykes as well. So no Willock. Willock does not start, or he's not even in the squad here. Dunn's on the bench as well. So any QPR fans, what is your take on that? Your starting 11 there. So Rovers, of course, opt in with some experience at the back. Ayala and, of course, Wharton, who was fantastic last season. His brother is on the bench. Hopefully we can get both Whartons on the bench, on the field at the same time as well. And again, I will be bouncing out of here shortly in about 5 or 10 minutes. But let's go through some stats as we edge closer to kick off. Talk about the game itself, because this will be the, according to my stats anyway in front of me, the 30th time that these two sides have played. Of course, over the I'm struggling actually here. Give me a second. I can't see my numbers, but it'll be the 30th time that they've played in the past since 1993. 16 wins for Blackburn Rovers, 5 for QPR. And that is, of course, both home and away. And our biggest win over QPR was a 4-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 4-2 win for QPR. And, of course, we've scored 39 goals against them since those in those games since 1993. And they've scored 22 goals, which works out around about 0.76 goals a game ratio compared to 1.34 for Rovers. The value of Rovers' squad right here, right now, is around about 34.83. The value of QPR squad is around about 34.79. So we're just it is so far. The difference between these two teams is a very, very fine. Of course, new manager. The values are quite similar. The ages of course of the squads are quite similar as well. Rovers, of course, average age is around about 24.5, 25.8 for QPR, and they've got 17 aka foreigners. We've got 4 foreigners as well. Marco Beeld makes his debut today as gaffer. 1.55 points per game when he, of course, managing the under-23s Aston Villa. Their most valuable player, according to Transfermarkt, is not even on the books. That's, of course, he's injured. Tyler Roberts will not play today, so that's a blessing in disguise. Of course, coming out on loan, I think, from Leeds. Meanwhile, of course, heading into this game, last season, QPR did end with a win against Swansea City. Not many people did that at Wales, of course. So a big 1-0 win for them. That was the last game in the EFL Championship. Actually, after this game, they're going to go take on Middlesbrough. That'll be on the Saturday, the 6th of August at Loftus Road, as, of course, QPR will welcome Championship football for their first time this season. Make sure you smash your thumbs up, guys. Smash your subscribe as well if you're new. Non-stop coverage of Blackburn Rovers seas right here. Championship, we've got the predictions as well. Super Brew. Check that babble. There's so much going on. That's why you just need to subscribe. I'm giving you the big sell here because there's so much going on. And again, give a thumbs up for the graphics. This is incredible. This is incredible. I would sleep with this stuff. It's so good. It's that great. So Middlesbrough next. Of course, Charlton in the cup for QPR. Standout players for me. Macaulay Bonne. I do like Macaulay Bonne. I know he's probably nowhere near the team or whatever. He's probably going to go out low, but he's an incredible little striker. I think this is a bridge too far for him, though. Johansson is a big boss man midfielder. Dictates the play. And, of course, a very experienced sort of guy. I think he's going to be important for QPR today. But the lack of striker, lack of firepower is something that we believe Well, when I say we, QPR believe they're going to fix it up. I'll have to update that. John Dale Thompson makes his debut, his professional debut for Blackburn Rovers, of course, formerly of Malmo, where he won back-to-back titles there before packing his bags. 1.65 points per game for JDT under his managerialship. The most expensive player for Rovers is, of course, Big Bad Boy Brereton Diaz, and he does play today. Does he score today? Does he bow out with a bang? We'll have to wait and see about that. So, of course, value around about £14 million, £15 million. If we can get anywhere near that, we'll take it all day long. Rovers did end the campaign last time around, of course, with Tony Mowbray at the helm. 2-1 loss to Birmingham City. This, of course, though, is a brand new, fresh start. Players that I'm looking forward to seeing today. Of course, Dak is not starting. He's on the bench, but he will be an impact sub, I think, or at least a difference maker, whether he starts or comes from the bench. Of course, Travis wearing the captain's armband. I expect a couple of crunching tackles for him, and hopefully Hedges does take this opportunity and show us what he's all about, because there was flashes of him, of brilliance from him last season towards the back end, and I did even pigeonhole him as a Rothwell type of replacement, but that seems to be going towards Sibizic if, of course, we sign him. Moving forward, the form table. Of course, this is the form table. I'm looking at the form table right now from the end of last season, and Rovers were 15th. The last time they were in action. Of course, QPR those 17th. So both sides end of the season kind of wonky kind of form. And again, we were both kind of in and around about that playoff spot, promotion contenders for a good part of the season. But it just got stale, like Tony, at least Scuds said in the chat with Alexander Haben earlier in this week. It just got stale for Warburton. It got stale for Mowbray. Kind of the same shit, different season, like I was telling Jacob earlier on, of course. Moving forward, of course, last time around, this time last season, it was a 1-0 win for Rovers. Kedra with, of course, that bizarro free kick or whatever you want to call it. Of course, he's since gone on to shit shame Blackburn Rovers, whilst he's, of course, at his new place, Sheffield United. And it's gone with a bit of a bad taste in his mouth, cheeky. And yeah, I think he's kind of lost a lot of fans there. I thought a lot of Rovers fans were giving him the respect, but you don't go do that. You don't go shithouse your old club who gave you a chance to a bit of a spotlight. But he's at Sheffield United, so they are the new Bournemouth. We are going to be shithousing on Sheffield United this season. Of course, when they played each other at Loftus Road, it was a 1-0 win, and it was, of course, Ilish Chair on the score sheet. Both late goals in those games. Of course, the last 5 encounters between Blackburn Rovers and QPR at Ewood have all ended up with victories for Blackburn Rovers, so hopefully we can do that as well, add to that tally. Just 2 goals conceded over the last 5 games as well. Moving forward, what else do we have? Other games going on around the grounds today. You will see that there's a graphic which will bring you live updated scores between, of course, Blackpool Reading. It's the ex-Rovers derby with Paul Ince and Michael Appleton. We've got Cardiff up against, of course, Norwich City over in Wales. Rotherham against Swansea. Luton Town will take on Birmingham. We've got Hull City against Bristol City. Wigan will take on Preston. A bit of a northwest country clash, that one. Middlesbrough will take on West Brom later on, and Mill will take on Stoke as well around about the 3 o'clock. Those are the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Let's go into the chat then, shall we? I'm trying to keep up to date. David says 2-0 to QPR. I don't know about that. Oh, right. Scottish Premier League 1, League 2, Championship games are played today. It is. We are starting a brand new era. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you thumbs up. Make sure you hit the little bell. And make sure you come back for the watch along. We're going to be knocking this one out in about 5 or 6 minutes. And then we're going to be back because I've got to update the graphics and get another cup of coffee because we are going to be living the high life. What's the team? The team news. I'll show you the team news again in case you missed it. This is, of course, the QPR team. Let's take a look at the QPR team news right here, right now. And then, of course, we'll bring on the Rovers team news as and when. We've got Deng between the sticks. Kakai, of course, for right back for QPR. Dickey, Clark, Salter, a good experienced back line there, centre-backs. Powell as well at left-back. Johansson, Field, Dazelle, Shadipo, Chair and Dykes is, of course, your visitors. As for, of course, Rovers, we're going to kick it off with these bad boys. Kaminsky between the sticks. Britton, Ayala, Wharton, Pickering, Travis, Buckley, Gallagher probably furthest man forward. Hedges on the right, we believe. Diaz on the left-hand side, and we're going to go Vale in that sort of cubby hole, sort of linking up with Gallagher. So they've formed a nice little partnership, and it could be the difference maker this coming season. What else is going on? Robert Smith from The Cure will be sad today, or at least I hope he is a QPR fan. What else we got going on? My favourite touch is the screen, but after that is the signed shirt. It's all good behind there, Polar GFX. It is fantastic. You smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. And I do appreciate it. Blacklist fan, interesting. I don't know what that is. Are there any new signings, young kids for Rovers this season? Me too. I swore it was Master. Apparently not. I just realised the ticker you put as a GFX instead. Oh. So GFX. I can change that. I'll change that in between the two shows here. But of course, yes, we are going to be live with a watch along. Of course, after the game, we're going to be live as well. Instant reaction. That's just plain raw feelings. We'll end the watch along. Then we'll go instantly live to. I'll be outside because I'll be sweating. And then you'll get my instant thoughts, of course, and reaction to the game, just in case you were at the game and you might want to kind of feel about, express your thoughts about that anyway. So that's all, of course, to be happening. And again, we'll be watching the game very, very soon as well. So appreciate Jacob for stopping by. This is the approach, though. This is the approach. We're going to have these pre-seasons, pre-game broadcasts before each and every game, at least on the Saturdays. Let's take a little bit, of course, I'll give you a recap of the events that have been taking place this summer. We have brought in Philly Rovers, Pete from Philly Rovers, fantastic guy, went down to Philly, all the way down to Philly, by the way, 7 hours return trip, with a bit of cheesecake in the middle there, of course. And he put on a fantastic spread. Top gent, top bloke. He will be me on Wednesdays and Tuesdays, probably from the 31st of August onwards. We had a good chat. I gave him a machine. It's not the greatest machine. It's probably a brick. You could probably use it as a weapon. It's that heavy. But he's got a machine. He'll do raw, basic, nothing too beyond fancy watch-alongs, while I can't, because he's got a bit of flex with his work schedule. I don't really have that right now in my new job. There might be some midweek ones I'll do. I think I'm going to do the one that's coming up. Maybe the cup game. And there's another one, the Reading one. I might be able to do the Reading one. So those will be me, I believe. And then Pete, Philly Rovers, make sure you follow him as well. Of course, one of the latest 2 members of the Rovers Mafia. The team is growing, and I'm actually speaking with a guy, Gooseberger, I think his name is. Yeah, don't get me started on that. As he could be the newest addition. He's a bit of more behind the scenes kind of guy, web stuff, tech stuff. We are starting to build a revolution, a Rovers revolution. This could be the year, boys. Fantastic new graphics. Maybe we can get Premier League, and you never know. You never know from that. Make sure you smash your subscribe, boys. Who's winning today's game in Ipswich and Bolton? That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I can't remember. I think I went with a draw. I don't know. I don't know about that Ipswich. That Ipswich, I'm not too sure. Bolton away, going to Ipswich. It's a long old trip down there. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Hey Dirk, return to the UK. I'm trying. We're trying to actually. So this is the deal for the fall. I'm hoping to go to Germany in September for a week. That's probably international break where there won't be any games, so I'm not going to miss much. But then Christmas time, the wife and I are hoping to go to England for a couple of weeks. So I might be at the grounds. I haven't looked at the schedule, actually. I think I did look at the schedule, but I need to look at the games for that period. So we might be watching some games live. I don't know what I'm going to do with the channel. Might have to call upon Pete to do watch-alongs while I'm at the thing, and maybe I can do some phone-ins or something. I don't know. That's, of course, to be had later on. Trying to get up this PC working. Still haven't built that piece of shit. It's over there in the graveyard. Anything else? Yes, Scotland are kicking off today. Scottish football kicked off. Again, make sure you check out the channel. We've got a lot of prediction leagues bubbling. Of course, if you missed out today, don't really worry about it. Just join anyway. You can pick up the pace, pick up momentum. Of course, if you join now, you're in a fantastic start to win, or at least get a bit of a lead on everybody else. So make sure you do that as well. What about your score predictions? Of course, we've seen the team news. Well, of course, we'll be back shortly with the actual watch-along and the teams very, very soon. But what is your predictions? Get them in the chat here, and then I'll try and we'll read them out. We'll read them out together and see what your take is on this thing. Glad to see you back. Have a good feeling about this season. Come over for Turf Moor away. That's too soon. That's right before the World Cup. Right, I'm all like, we're going to be fully I'm going to be fully into the World Cup, and I'm probably even taking time off for the World Cup, but not to go to England. I'm gonna let Jacobs and the Denvers, the Lewises, all those guys go out there and risk their lives in the Lancashire Derby there, East Lancashire Derby. I will be watching from the comfort of this chair. But yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to the return of that derby. And they were good, weren't they, last night? Shame. It's a shame that they were good. I was expecting them to be shit. But Burnley kicked off with a bang last night. Hopefully we can follow suit. Otherwise, yeah, we could be easy pickings for them at work on Monday. You know what I mean? We want to get off to a flyer as well. Make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the little bell, boys and girls. I'm about to bow out. Get your score predictions in, and don't forget. Can I put the thing in the chat here? I'm going to try and put the link, even though you should be able to spot it. You should be able to spot the link. I'm going to put the link for the watch along in the chat, so you just need to click on that badger, and then we will be with you. I appreciate you guys stopping by for the very first pre-game watch-along. Of course, we had feet on the ground. In the actual watch-along, before the game starts, we're going to hear from a QPR fan, hopefully. His name is Lee Scudder, QPR fan. He was chatting with Alexander Haybert earlier in the week. We'll get his thoughts, of course, on the starting 11, and, of course, any expectations he has about the match. Of course, we heard about Jacob. He's gone with a bold 2-2 draw. But for me, I'm going with a win. I'm going with a win for Rovers, 2-1, maybe even 3-1, and hopefully, we will get off to about absolutely Bob-a-dazzler. That's what we want to see. Trying to get the link. Balls. Make sure you check it all out as well. The content afterwards, we should have fan cams. We should have a vlog, probably either today, tomorrow. So all that is coming on the channel as well. Burnley probably a team who will get... Yeah, you would imagine that. You would imagine that they would. But... you know, it's early days. It is, of course, incredibly early. Huddersfield could either have been that shit, or Huddersfield, Huddersfield could have been that shit, and Burnley could have been, really good. Either way, we'll find out. Of course, as the season progresses, they were very timid, especially at home. You know, it looked like Burnley with the home side there, but they owned it. They owned it. Anyway, folks, I'm going to let you get out of here. Join me in about 20 minutes' time, right here, just on a different link. We've seen the team news. I am a very, very happy man about that team news. It's refreshing. It is definitely refreshing. And I can imagine, if Mowbray was here, Dak would have started, perhaps. It probably would have been a back three. So at least one of those attacking fellas would not be there. So it's a bold attacking sort of team. I think QPR have done the same with Michael Beale. I've gone with back forwards there. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on. But anyway, folks, make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the little bell as well. I'm going with a 2-0 win for Happy Hendo Vlogs. That's his scoreline there. Make sure you also get your picks in. But I'll be right back. Going to top up my glasses, update the graphics, and of course we'll be back for the watch along, and hopefully you'll be there too. So let's enjoy the ride together. It's going to be fun, I think. Either way, I'll see you very, very soon. Hang tight, guys. Back in a mo. If I can figure out how to get out of here.